We covered Tutankham on the Atari 2600 Plus and also played a nice little conversion that came out recently, September 2024. We're now going to do the Commodore version of that. And to start off, I need to grab this device. I've linked it up to my PC and I'm playing emulation again. Because I tried to get this thing working on the Mega 65, but we can't yet. Why not be free? Well, there is a VIC-20 core coming to the Mega 65. But sadly, how did we reset this thing? Maybe I need to click into the screen, wait. There we go. There's a VIC-20 core on the way. I checked it out on Git if they are still busy with it. F1 to start, yes. Seems like the last commits on the development branch in Git are like from March 2024. Seems like the project is on ice for now, unless they are working on something and didn't commit it to the Git repository. That's possible, that's possible. Unlikely, but possible still. So, I really wanted to show this on the Mega 65. I've tried everything I could to get the VIC core done, like compiled and shit, and that I can actually get the core on my Mega 65, but I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't want to bother the guys on the Discord with it either. From the just what is said on the Git site, the manual shit, the documentation they provide, and the messages they have there. It seems like the thing is just not finished yet either. So even if I could have had some sort of a beta, I don't know, alpha type of VIC-20 core in the Mega 65, I don't think it wouldn't have worked for me in the way that I needed it to work to run Tutankham. So I resorted to putting it up on this emulator, yes. VIC, you know it. And first impressions are like, well, you covered it on the 2600, and the original port done by Parker Brothers on the system, the 2600, was a completely different thing. They opted to do not an arcade conversion, but come up with their own levels and shit. Now this one seems to follow the arcade levels, sort of. I say sort of because there's something weird going on here, man, and I can't figure out why they did it the way they did it. If you look closely, all the passages are like horizontally stretched. It's like 2 blocks wide. But I can paint in walls on 1 block for some reason. I found it weird. It's not only happening horizontally, it's also happening vertically, I notice now. Oh man. We have spacebar, we can use a flash bomb. I should have used that. Well, we're discussing the weird way this game handles even portals here. These white things are 2 pixels wide, the portals. Normally in arcade or any other version you play, that's not the case. It's also hard to steer into the thing. Well, yeah. If I'm like, I could get it fast enough to respond. Maybe that's why they did it. Like if I want to turn into this portal here, oh, the scroller is also weird sometimes. There are of course limitations to the system, but hey. If I want to go in and, that works, but if I now want to go back, but do it on the left side, oh, okay. Sometimes I feel like it's overshooting things, where you definitely don't feel like you mismatched the input or something. Let's go here. How many lives do we have left? It's interesting to see how they did all this. It's not necessarily bad, it's different. It's weird. We already have a key, Jeffrey. Okay. But the rest is matching up with the arcade, so that's quite interesting to see. I love it. Now, just like the Atari video that we did, where we then compared it to like a recently release from September 2024, the Commodore finally got a Commodore 64 port as well in 2022 by a guy on itch.io. So we're going to boot that up after playing this. No worries. I'm really looking forward to handling VIC-20 on the Mega 65. There are a couple of titles I want to explore. I've never seen a VIC-20 in my life, an original one. I do, funny enough, have a cartridge for the VIC-20 sitting in my pile of Atari cartridges back behind me here. No way to boot it up. It doesn't fit in the Mega 65 even. You should have some sort of a, I don't know, peripheral to do that. Maybe even a board that needs to be connected to the Mega 65, is internals or whatever. And then we're off to the races to do modifications and blah blah blah, and I'm not going to do that. In a nutshell. So I'm fine with booting up VIC-20 stuff from the SD card. Shall we check out the port on the Commodore 64 on the Mega 65? We'll be back with you in a sec. Yes. Let's boot up the machine. Doom, 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 doom. I don't know, guys. Having fun with that one. Low carb. Now, I asked myself the question as well, like, why did Parker Brothers not release the thing on Commodore 64? Why did they go for the VIC-20? I couldn't find much on the subject, so I'm just going to assume it had to do with commercial success of the Commodore 64. That was not the thing yet. Arcade machine came in 1982. They probably had a deal in 1982. They probably started developing in 1982. For the machines that they know were popular in 1982. And then the game came out in 1983. Something like that. In 1983 the Commodore 64 still had to establish itself as a dominant player in the market. Low carb games, it says. That's the guy on itch.io. It's called lowcarb.itch.io. That's the website. It's LC, low carb, Luca something. That's the actual name of the guy. He did Tutankham and Tutankham Returns. Basically reused the thing that he did for Tutankham, and then Returns is like new levels. It's kind of nice. I don't know if he's going to show you that. Depends on the runtime of my recording, I guess. The extra levels. I mean, I can't even play the original probably on full loop. Although I played the arcade version like crazy. Eh? You never know. Oh well, let's have a see. This game is a C64 conversion of Tutankham, an arcade game developed by Konami in 1982. Author, there you have it, Luca Cramiati. Sorry for showing your Gmail on YouTube. It's probably happened before, but yeah, don't put it in the game like that then. LC Games presents, yes. So this is, I believe, just free for grabs. Or is it name your own prize? I don't know. We can change the difficulty to hard, expert, novice, medium. Let's go again with novice. These games have the tendency to be a bit on the difficult side. Fire mode A or B, you can see the scores and the credits. Stefano helped testing it, family member. Cool. Fire mode B, I know A is like shooting from the back and forward. I'm going to assume this is just forward shooting. Which is basically how it is on the VIC as well. But in the arcade you can shoot in both directions at the same time by using a 2-button setup. I have also seen stick being used for that. Then you can't do that at the same time. Maybe that's more arcade true. But at least you could shoot by walking forward. You could shoot from your back to the enemies in your back. Which is really handy. You might need that in this game. So, I think shooter A for me, yes. Not this one, not B. For the rest, guys, it follows the arcade pretty closely. You can see the similarities with the VIC version. But this is like, aside from the black background, should have used the blue background. I mean, that would have made it complete. He didn't like the blue, maybe. I don't know. Then it was perfect, maybe even. Yeah. But another thing, it works on the Mega 65, guys, because I didn't boot up in the good core. So, yes. Works on the Mega 65, will play on the Mega 65? Yes, sure it does. Now you can always get it to play on the Commodore 64 core, of course. Probably then the top bar is like a little slight raster timing thing going on there, where there's like a little line under the scores and everything that is weird. That is probably Mega 65. I didn't verify on the core, the 64 core. So, for the assumption is that, yeah, it normally doesn't glitch out there on the scroller like that. Yeah, very sure. But I'm loving this conversion too. I loved what they did on the Atari 2600 in very recently. This Champ Games release. I love it a bit. It's really well done. Yeah, I like this version. I think as much. Maybe my gripe, and that's something we should check. Right now I don't hear any while walking, if you know what I mean. Atari version doesn't. Arcade version does that as well. There's like a little sort of a tune going on while you're walking. Quite an annoying tune. They're not annoying enough that I really pull my hairs out over it. It's just a nice background thingy going on. And maybe the Mega 65 is not emulating it. There are some issues with the shift handling as well. Still. Hey. Oh, you can shoot backwards. Fun. But when you're walking, you can like hold the button. Oh shit, I forgot to click the key again. I did the same thing in the Atari version. But yeah, we can hold the button and shift backwards like this. That's nice. So if you think about the arcade for a second, the one that I saw had like a stick for left-right shooting and a stick for walking. So 2 sticks. Basically when you press the button, you are switching sticks. Oh, that was good flash. And you see that in action. I forgot to do it on the VIC, but the VIC definitely had the flash as well. Atari version on Novice, you had 3 flashes per life. On this version it seems like we have 1. Yeah. Which is more faithful to the arcade, I suppose, but yeah, if you start dealing with difficulties, yeah, what is faithful? And I think the arcade you can also configure to have more flashes. If you go into the dip switches and shit. I'm looking for a key, guys. But there it is. I went too far back explaining things. Jesus, Jeffrey. I think we booted up in the C64 core as well. See how well it played on the Mega 65. Yes. And then there's definitely no time to check out the new levels. But hey, it's there. You can pick it up as well if you like. Check it out. Maybe we'll cover it on the channel some other time. I don't know. I love Tutankham. For me it's like something that is overlooked a lot, I think, by retro gaming enthusiasts. Oh, decent, Jeffrey, well done. You're in the tables. Holding the no scroll key, boot up the machine again. We're not doing the 2 now, no. This one, 5.1, remove the cable, because you guys get audio now through my frame grabber. I learned. Mounting the drive. Or just loading the PRG. I think I have PRGs of this thing sitting here. I don't. Then I think... Did he release them on cards then? No. It's just disc, Jeffrey. Okay. There you go. Now he has a high score saver and stuff, so maybe disc is more natural to do than PRG. Yeah. And card is a different beast, yes. Empty disc. Okay. That was not empty anymore, Luca. No. Something on there. Change your headers, man. Cool. That's a nice little find. I found it funny. I'm out of coffee. Oh, no. Can you see that? Tiny bit in. I'm going to assume it's cold. Yeah. So original disc speed. Someone commented like Jeffrey skipped the loadings. We'll just black and drink some coffee while we're loading. Because I'm holding through to my guns here. This is raw, mostly uncut. I mean, little cuts happen. Phone calls. Setting up a new machine. Even those I did live sometimes. Like, just let the recording run, don't edit it. I don't know why, guys, but I see the appeal to it. The no cut. It's like a little challenge for me, because I edit videos normally. I edit them like crazy. And maybe swinging all the way the other way has shown me that is also working with you guys. At least some of you. There are also people who are like, I want fast cuts. Well, go watch Mr. Beast then. Eh? Mr. Beast is so dodgy topic lately. Eh? Or was. Maybe it died down now. So it pop up everywhere. It was crazy. It was like, don't recommend me that YouTube. Don't recommend me that YouTube. I want a nice feed of retro content in my YouTube and not Mr. Beast or controversies around Mr. Beast or controversies around other YouTubers or controversies in general or politics. Don't get me started. I hate that kind of shit. I want to avoid it because it drives me crazy. Especially if it's like negatively loaded. And I'm being negative now, I know. I'm negative about the negativity. Oh man, this takes a long time to load, Jeffrey. Yeah, well, at least we got a little chat going. That's why these sessions are nice, and uncut is nice. Does this boot in? Yes. Okay. I don't hear shit, audio-wise. I don't know if there was audio. Now we can do fire mode A. Again, we go novice. I have no clue what the differences are between the difficulties at this point. For this game, it's not lives apparently. Maybe the enemies walk less fast. That might be it. And I even die right at the start with my better shooter. It's amazing. But yeah, now I can just hold. I cannot hold the button, but I can tap the button. Shoot in both directions. Makes my life really easy. It's almost lazy. Thank you for leaving me alone there. Stupid badge. Now let's see if Jeffrey can at least make it to stage 3. I don't remember exactly, but I think it's only 4 stages originally. Arcade, and then loops. I could loop it. Arcade version even, yes. So, I'm holding out now, because we have time enough to do so. Now I need to bump. Fuck. So you try to avoid using that bomb for as long as possible. This time, it wasn't a case of using it too late and dying. I hear a big time echo. I hope. Yeah, yes. Yeah. If you guys heard echo, then it's feeding through the mic. But for me, it was something to do with my audio card and my monitor playing audio. That happens. It is tricky to work with all these systems, especially if the Mega 65, aside from the latest Commodore 64 5.1, all its other cores so far and its original Mega 65 cores have not been outputting audio over the HDMI signal. So then I don't hear it on my monitor, and the only way to record the sound is through an extra wire running from my Mega 65 to my audio card. Then, if you have that setup, and then all of a sudden this Mega 65, or C64 for Mega 65 5.1, 5.0 didn't do it, but 5.1 starts handling the audio better, and so my frame grabber is all of a sudden compatible. Then you get these weird cases with double audio and things coming from multiple places, and it's a lot of fun. And then we have other systems that behave differently again, so yeah, I like my job at YouTube. Oh, it's all part of it, it's fun. It's part of Tinker Time. Ladies Tinker Time. I don't mind it, really. And I again forget the key. Why didn't you guys say something in the comments? Jeffrey, the key, man. Bring the key. Oh. Now, I don't have a flash bomb on this live anymore, so how am I going to come back now? This is always a shitty thing to pass through. We might want to run that off screen. You can do that. So the spawner is now going crazy. Then we run a little bit like this. Dance with the crows. What are these? Yes. And now we're in a position to make it down. But we need to hide in this hole and be fast. Oh yes, Jeffrey's doing it. This is same as arcade. I compliment the implementation of everything to the developer. Really well done. It feels like I'm playing the arcade here on the Commodore 64. It's awesome. I love it. Okay. Bring that key home, Jeffrey. Bring it home. Show us how good you are in this game. Need a moment to position myself in that little hallway. Yes. Now this is dodgy as hell as well. Oh, the timer's running out, guys. Yeah, I'll do it like this. Make a run for the door. This area is always funny. So funny. But I think the creatures move really slow on Novice. You know, they come really fast for you, and then, yeah, you really need to shoot and dodge really well then. Was not the case. Not loving it. How am I going to go to that key? I remember on the arcade also using the random off-screen trick. for this section, if it happens to be like this. Okay, do good. Forget about the treasure, it's just asking for trouble. Jeffrey said he's going to finish this stage, so we're going to do it. I'm going to make it work. Loving the speed on this, yes, the enemy speed. It makes the game a bit more fair, I guess, yeah? Although if you can play the arcade version, then you might even say this is boring. Well, it's not. I'm loving it. It makes me feel actually like I'm good at it. Which I'm not. I always say like I'm good at these games, but I like to think I'm good at these games, but I am not. I'm not. But I actually also don't think I'm good at these games. It's a matter of investing some time in it, and as with everything. But there's no level of mastery going on here, no, not at all. When do you get levels of mastery? I mean, really good at something? Thousands of hours playing the same thing, for example, or doing music. 1,000 songs in, yeah, you might be good at something. Although Jeffrey probably has 1,000 videos under his belt. Is he good at YouTube? No, probably not. Oh, I should have flashed. Ah, I was at the end, or not? Or did I still have to grab another key? Ah, who cares? The video is running long enough now. I think we have to get to an end of this comparison stuff, yes. The entire video, I will link that over here. And I'm thinking to do also something on the ZX Spectrum, although Parker Brothers didn't do a port on the ZX Spectrum. But I'll see how we'll deal with that situation. How we'll deal with that situation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.